Alright, welcome back. Breaking: Chadian military picks Idris Deby's son as replacement for late president. Deby died on the battlefield after 3 decades in power, the army announced on state television on Tuesday. Alright, the news in details. Chadian army has announced Idris Deby's 37-year-old son, Mahamat Idris Deby Itno, a 4-star general, as the new leader of the country. Deby died on the battlefield after 3 decades in power, the army announced on state television on Tuesday. Alright, and then as it is, the shocking announcement came after the 68 years old was proclaimed the winner of a presidential election that had given him a 6th term in office. According to AFP, the army said Deby had been commanding his army at the weekend as it battled against rebels who had launched a major incursion into the north of the country on election day. Alright, and then as it is, Deby had just breathed his last breath defending the sovereign nation on the battlefield, Army spokesman General Azem Bamandua Agana said in a statement read out on state television. Deby, 68, had ruled Chad with an iron fist for 3 decades, but was a key ally in the West anti-jihadist campaign in the troubled Sahel region. On Monday, the army had claimed a great victory in its battle against the rebels from neighboring Libya, saying it had killed 300 fighters with the loss of 5 soldiers in its own ranks during 8 days of combat. Deby would have been one of the longest-serving leaders in the world after provisional results showed him winner the April 11th election. He was her elder son from the Zagawa ethnic group who took the classic path of power through the army and relished the military culture. His latest election victory, with almost 80% of the vote, had never been in doubt, with a divided opposition boycott calls and then a campaign in which demonstrations were banned or dispersed. Deby had campaigned on a promise of bringing peace and security to the region, but his pledges were undermined by the rebel incursion. The government had sought Monday to assure concerned residents that the offensive was over. There had been panic in some areas of the N'Djamena on Monday after ranks were deployed along the city's main roads, an AFP journalist reported. The ranks were later withdrawn apart from a perimeter around the president's office, which is under heavy security during normal times. The establishment of a security development in certain areas of the capital seems to have been misunderstood, government spokesman Sheriff Mashamat Zene had said on Twitter on Monday. There is no particular threat to fear. However, the U.S. Embassy in N'Djamena had on Saturday ordered non-essential personnel to leave the country, warning of possible violence in the capital. Britain also urged its nationals to leave. France's embassy said in an advisory to its national in Chad that the deployment was a precaution and there was no specific threat to the capital. The rebel raid in the provinces of Tibesti and Kanem was carried out by the Front for Change and Concord in Chad, fact based in Libya. The group has a non-aggression pact with Khalifa after a military strongman who controls much of Libya's east. Fact, a group mainly made up of the Saharan Goran people said in a statement Sunday that it had liberated the Kanem region. Such claims in remote desert combat zones are difficult to verify. Alright, and then the Tibesti mountains near the Libyan frontier frequently see fighting between rebels and the army, as well as in the northern east bordering Sudan. French air strikes were needed to stop an incursion here in February 2019. In February 2008, a rebel assault reached the gates of the presidential palace before being pushed back with French backing. Alright, and then that has been it on this one, my people. Well, according to it, it has been said that Chadian military picks Idris, Deby's son, as replacement for late president. Alright, my people, and then that has been it on this one. Well, I think this is a very good idea. It's a very good one. The father just won the election, and then they now saw that, okay, fine, to give that man the full respect, this presidency should not go outside the family, so they had to pick up his son. That's another good one. Well, a lot of people have been like, wow, that's a nice one, nice development. We want it, we love that. All right, and then Chris Ndubisi has said, well, the most complicating surgery in Africa is the separation of a man and the political seat. Sadly, the richest people in Nigeria and Africa at large are politicians. They don't create wealth. They are not entrepreneurs. They don't invest anything. They don't build industries. They are organized crime syndicates looting the country. In developed countries, the richest people aren't politicians. They are employers of labor who acquired wealth through their efforts and empowering others. All right, and then that has been taken. Meanwhile, Odenigbo Okanga is saying that, well, he won an election even though many thought he had overstayed, but a president who died on the war front line defending his country deserves a brave son as replacement. It's an honor, well deserved. Okay, and then Isaac Faith says, well, I believe this is our best option. The spirit of his late father will always be behind him. All right, and then Guild Ufort says that, well, he was a true commander-in-chief, unlike the female vigilante that is occupying Aso Rock. Ordinary to lead from the back, he cannot. Not to talk of leading from the middle course front is obituary. Well, rest in peace, Debbie. Africa will always remember your courage. All right, and then that has been it on this one. Well, the good things have been that his own son is now in the replace of him. All right, and then that's another one on this one. There's been a lot of reactions though, and then meanwhile, let me have more take from you on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.